We interrupt our program to bring you a special broadcast. The German news agency Transocean said today in a broadcast.
Here's another late development.
Podcast
And this news keeps coming in.
Kamala Harris has decided to run for president, and Kamala Harris is not a person I trust. Don't vote your value. Don't vote your color. Vote your values. Like, I'll keep saying it over and over again. You know, the Dallas police chief is a black woman, and before that it was a black man. Have they sent homegirl Amber from Dallas, who shot that black man, to jail yet? No. Jesse Jackson, Reverend, all of these motherfuckers, they're black. Are they making an impact? No. Like, just because they're black doesn't mean it's okay. And a lot of people confuse black people with being better than white people when it comes to dealing with them, because it's less of a shock to you when a black person deceives you or tricks you. You're more accepting of it. If I got cheated by a black person versus a white person, I'll be more accepting and accommodating to that black person. No lie. Like, that's open transparency. White person cheats me, I want their blood. And it's just because those are my people. I feel like I can defend them for that. And that's the same nature. That's how I know that just because you put people of certain classes and groups doesn't mean that things will change. You have to be open about your own biases and understand them in order for you to make informed decisions. I see a lot of people supporting Kamala Harris and aren't making informed decisions. So let's go down a list of things that you should know about Kamala Harris that I'll talk about in depth. This is a very rough list, and it's probably not going to be all of it. But let's talk about Kamala Harris and what we know about her. We know she's is she Greek? She has to be Greek. She went to Howard. She was an attorney general, and I think she's an AK. Don't quote me on that. But she went to Howard. She's attorney general out in California. She's a Democratic senator for 2 years now, and she was making big waves. But I like to look at her. To know somebody, you gotta know who's paying them. You feel me? Like, I work for a pharmaceutical company. I work in the hospital world. I talk shit about the healthcare system all the time and how some of these doctors are just overtly greedy. Yeah, I know the biases in my company. I know that sodium chloride fluid shouldn't cost $600, but for some strange reason it does. Check your receipts. What am I looking at? Oh, yeah. But Kamala Harris has made a lot of money, raised a lot of money in that Democratic Party. And the Democratic Party has changed. There are secret Republicans hiding there. They're just not racist, but they are greedy. They care about money. They care about their donors more than they care about their constituents. And Kamala Harris looks like one of those people, because in the 2 years that she's been doing this shit, she's managed to raise $15 million. $15 million. And that money has come from people like Time Warner, 21st Century Fox, Alphabet Incorporated. You know, the people who took away net neutrality. You know, the people who are trying to monopolize the communication sector. You know, the people who are desperately trying to make sure that there's no restrictions and regulations on how our information is being shared and used. She's not a good person in the sense of taking care of money, because what's his name? Because she was able to secure $20 million from Steve Mnuchin's bank scandal when the housing crisis took effect in 2011, and was able to secure $20 million fine, which is a great number, but when you really think about it, they made hundreds of millions of dollars, $500 million per individual, and all those CEOs all got bonuses. $20 million is just the cost of doing business. That was no problem for Steve Mnuchin to pay. In fact, he paid it off in full already. The problem here is she didn't pursue jail time, which she could have easily done as the attorney general, but she copped out because she knew she would have to eventually make money off of these people in the future. She got paid She had zero issues lowering tax prices for the rich, which is not something she talks about because she's all about low income. But she doesn't talk about how she should be against big business banks making big businesses getting tax cuts. She is a black Hillary Clinton if I've ever seen one. She's not someone to be trusted. Like, I really just don't see people's infatuation with her. Is it because she talks tough when she's on the Senate floor or during judiciary hearings? Like, that's her job, you guys. It's her job to act tough when she's talking to the opposite party about collusion with other governments. That's her job. Don't be deceived by that. But like, something else that was stunning to me, she signed the First Step Act, which would basically give people the ability to start working towards reform after getting out of prison and doing away with a bunch of criminal cases that have nothing to do with it. But she had no problem letting Orange County manipulate evidence in order to secure prosecutions. Like, she had no issue sending people to jail without giving them due process, as long as it was her getting the credit for sending that person to jail. Like, she is not a good person. And for you to understand someone, or for you to say you want to vote for somebody just because they look like you, shows what a fool you are. Because I know a bunch of people that look like you who would take the fucking shirt off your back. I know a bunch of people like off your back and let you sit in the cold. Like, I know a bunch of people who would steal your wallet and turn around and help you find that shit, or turn around and help you look for that shit, and that's something to grow on.